Well, YouTube, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. See if we get a few more people in the room. What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? See if we wait and get a few more people in the room. See if we get some people in the room. All right, well, let me get started. I'm gonna work all next week. I should work tomorrow. Damn, I thought I had that. So today was Jarvis Butt's sentencing, and apparently he got 35 to 60 years. And they had some impact statements that was read, at least seven, some even from his own children, because he touched his own children as well, and gave his own children. Hey, Edwin, how you doing? Gave them, one of his daughter when he did his first, gave one of his daughters who was 4 STD. So he was sentenced today here in Detroit, and that's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to get into, oh, good, that's good. And we're going to get into some old stuff, and then I'm going to flip to what's recent. He was sentenced to murder of Naziah. Oh, I spelled her name wrong in the title. Here's and 5 other sexual assault cases today. He had already did 10 years, and one was touching his own daughter and giving his daughter STD, who did an impact statement today and said that that incident even changed her sexuality. I mean, it was just awful. Jarvis Butts, the man who admitted to unaliving Naziah Harris, was sentenced to 35 to 60 years today. In addition to the Naziah case, Butts was sentenced to 5 other cases of criminal sexual conduct, which each sentence being 10 to 15 years. All of them will be served concurrently. Butts has been sentenced to the following: second degree murder, 35 to 60 years; second degree criminal sexual conduct with a person 17 years or older; third degree criminal sexual conduct with person 13 to 15 years. Thank you, Mason. Thank you, love. How you doing? 3 counts of second degree criminal sexual conduct with people under the age of 13. Prosecutors say Butts murdered the teen after finding out she was pregnant with his child. Her body has never been found. And so his family was pleading with him today. Please let us know where her body is so we can put her body to rest. It was so sad. And I'm going to show all that. The 42-year-old was charged last year in connection. Mo, get down! With Nazia's murder and sexual assault and other cases. Butts took a plea deal last month, week before he was set to go to trial for sexual assault and murder of a 13-year-old. Oh, but happy birthday, Audrey. Happy birthday. As part of the plea deal, several charges were dropped in each of those cases, including the sexual assault charge in Nazia's case. According to Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, Butt has pleaded guilty in 6 cases to second degree murder, 4 counts of second degree criminal sexual conduct, and 1 count of third degree sexual conduct. Thank you, Jane. Yes, I'm okay. How are you? What you mean, what the fuck are you? What does that mean? Who the fuck are you? Oh, well, happy birthday, Jane. That's okay, Snow. I'm just getting started. Hey, Savannah. The fuck wrong with you? Um, got me off track. As part of the plea deal, several charges were dropped in each of those cases, including the sexual assault charge in the Zayas case. According to Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, Butts has pleaded guilty in 6 cases to second degree murder, 4 counts of second degree criminal sexual conduct, and 1 count of third degree criminal sexual conduct. And as I stated before, he served 10 years. This happened in Detroit, where I am. Oh, Russia, good. Okay. Um, where he even gave his own daughter a STD at 4 years old, and she gave. Yes, I'm in Detroit. She gave an impact statement today that that incident even changed her sexuality. It was so sad, and we're going to get off into that. And there was even chaos erupted. I don't know. It was some type of altercation that happened in the courtroom as well. Tears, anger flow at the sentencing for killer Naziah Harris, who was 13, and he's 43 years old. Oh, they ain't gonna let me see this article. Hold on. Hathaway issued a sentence that included 35 to 60 years in prison on a murder charge with credit for time served. He also was sentenced to 10 to 15 years in prison on 5 other sexual assault cases. Oh, don't worry about that, Noah. Bye, Mac, and bye. Shit, get the fuck on. Bye. Um, all terms will be served concurrently. Yeah, Noah, you're right. You could learn something, but we're just talking about how sad this is. He also had agreed to provide truthful statement regarding the body of where this 13-year-old girl is that he had a relationship with. It's so sad. And she was pregnant by him. Butts did not provide that statement during the public part of Thursday's hearing. Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy said such a statement was provided to authorities, but that information is not being released further. We are satisfied with the statement he has given, she said. The hearing started with a review of the pre-sentence report that included his background and family connections, a series of 7 victim impact statements, then proceeding. Even his sister spoke. There were also two separate instances of people being escorted out the courtroom during the hearing after outbursts were heard from from the gallery. It is, Noah, and it's so sad. A relative of his was the first to speak, sobbing as she read her prepared remarks. While she was still seated in a microphone, people started yelling, "Shut up!" Multiple people were escorted out of the room amid the commotion. An attorney then completed reading the woman's statement. A second relative of Harris also started sobbing during her presentation. The third person who took the stand said she did not have a prepared statement. That was his sister. The other victims including his daughter, who he touched, and a relative of one of the other victims. The overall theme from the remarks given by Harris relatives focused on how the stress, financial impact, and grief due to the loss impacted the entire family. The guy was last seen January 9th, 2024. Butts pleaded guilty February 12th in an agreement that settled six separate cases. Exactly, Noah. Exactly, because he's a sick man. He's sick. One of the most important aspects of the plea agreement was giving Nazia's family some semblance of closure. The disclosure of the location of her body was crucial as a condition of his plea to the second degree murder case. Jarvis Butts was required to give a truthful statement regarding the body of Nazia Harris. We are satisfied with the statement. So I'm going to get into some old clips and then we're going to go to what happened today. Now, this is Naziah Harris' brother who spoke out. This is an old clip. Going through this shit, you feel me? Since like trauma since like a kid, bro. Like I'm a strong ass person. I tell you, something to do with it. I mean, what she say? So do you think your auntie has something to do with it? I don't know, like everybody just. I feel like y'all should put the circle around my auntie, bro. Like my grandma, bro. Like all she did was, you feel me, raise, like she stuck in, you feel me, she a grandma, she was stuck in her old ways, bro, so you feel me, I understand that, like when I got older, I understand why she was strict and shit like that, bro, but y'all need to pin a circle around my auntie, bro, you feel me, real shit, pin a circle around her, bro, don't go dash around your mom, you feel me, she hurt too, she tried, why didn't I used to keep them for her hands off? She got her own. I think it's like no. It is terrible. Social media shit, bro. Y'all can't go off that, bro. That's why I said when I drop my story, y'all gonna know the quick and real. You see me? Don't do that shit, bro. Who the fuck is? Who is that? Hold on, let me get you something to drink. I'm gonna let that play. Thank you, Noah, for staying. Thank you. I hope you subscribe to the channel. You gotta wait 24 hours until that shit. Like, you put out the report. How long is it gonna take? How long is it gonna take? You put out a report. Like, they gonna tell you what? You gotta wait 24 hours or some shit. See if the child will come back. I said, I don't fucking know that shit when you wait for a minute. You feel me? That's the auntie for sure. The grandma's just trying to cover for her. You talking about story like at the end of well, this is what the brother said. We're not gonna stay on that too long because we're gonna get through this. The murder of
Nazaria Harris has captured national attention. Her body never found, but we have learned so much about what detectives believe happened to her in the time leading up to her murder.
Tomorrow morning, the case moves to Wayne County Circuit Court, where the man accused of killing her, Jarvis, will be arraigned on murder charges. Our Sean Lang has covered this case since his arrest, and tonight takes us inside the case. Sean?
Three names to remember here. Zion Foster, Detroit teen, was a search for her right at the buried Lenox Township landfill. Now, Ashley Elkins, there's a search going on for her right now at the same landfill.
No, he got sentenced today to 35 to 60 years. I'm just doing the recap part, and then I'm going to show what happened in the court today.
Nazaria Harris, there was not a search here at the landfill. A chief investigator on that case is also here, however. There's a search for her Metro Detroit wide. Let's focus on Nazaria Harris right now and catch you up on the things you did not know about that disturbing case. Detroit should never forget the name Nazaria Harris. Now, just take a moment and look at the last photo taken of this child. Nazaria Harris was a child. She was 13 years old. Study her face. Look at the light in her eyes. Nazaria took this final photo of herself at school January 9th, 2024. She was never seen again. Prosecutors believe she was pregnant. She was brutally murdered. The child's body has never.
She was pregnant.
Charges were brought. Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy highlighted this photo in a heartbreaking way.
She is smiling and waving and saying hello. But little did she know that she was really saying goodbye.
The next thing Detroit should never forget is how 36th District Court Judge Aaliyah Sabri at a hearing last week called out many adults in Nazaya's life, saying they also failed this child.
From what I've heard over the last 4 days and 5 days total, that several people failed her. I don't know where her mother is. I don't know anything other than that she was forced to live in a home where she was not protected or given adequate attention and love.
But Judge Sabri went further about how family members in Detroit also failed this little girl before she even mentioned the name of the man sitting in front of her, Jarvis, the man at the center of a 5-day hearing. Bit by bit, prosecutors here worked to connect the dots that Butts allegedly abused Nazaria over a long period of time sexually, allegedly controlled her life. Prosecutors say Butts got Nazaria pregnant, and the judge said she believes all of the evidence shows Butts allegedly tried to abort the pregnancy himself. But the judge says she believes Butts injured Nazaria and then murdered her.
He intentionally killed her and tried his best to cover it up.
But without finding Nazaya's body, investigators focused on Butts. They had to find his cell phone. Butts told police he had nothing to hide and told police to go through his phone. Apparently, Butts was right. There was nothing linking him to abusing or killing Nazaria on his cell phone. But that's where Detroit police.
Yes, names, we was.
Expert after expert detailing in court how they extracted all of the deleted material from his phone. His web searches, how to abort a pregnancy using antifreeze, and then the thousands upon thousands of text messages he sent to Nazaria. Detroit Police Sergeant Shannon
That's
Jones
right, Noah.
got those deleted texts, and for hours, Jones read hundreds of those texts in court, text after text showing a 42-year-old man in complete control of a 13-year-old girl.
He sends her a text that says, "Are you naked yet?" She replies to him and says, "No, I don't want to get naked." She replies, "Are you mad that I didn't get naked?"
5 days of this preliminary hearing, Butts was hunched over behind his lawyer with a mask
She
on.
was
For
13,
4 days, he never
and he had been messing with her
Butts, the last
since
person
11.
who was with Nazaria. The final person, the judge says, who failed Nazaria Harris.
And while I mentioned other people that failed her, Jarvis Butts, you were the monster in this whole picture.
Being in there every single day was chilling every single day. If you're watching right now and your phone's next to you, take a moment, grab the phone, open up the camera, take a look at that QR code with that camera that's on your screen right now. That'll link you right to click on Detroit.com, and all those text messages, the thousands of them presented into evidence.
Those text messages were terrible. He had her doing everything. He really abused that little girl. But he did his own children. He went to prison, like I said, for 10 years, and his own daughter, he gave a STD. Now, this is about his daughter.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned into Neek.
This
at
is
Night.
Neek. Let
And
me
this
look
is
at
an
that.
update in the Naziah Harris case. Now, I've been
I
covering
agree,
this
Noah.
story, going over the preliminary hearing, going over some of the things that have been hit in social media, and trying to bring you guys up to speed of the totality of this case. Now, there has been a lot of people talking about a 4-year-old girl that was alleged to have contracted chlamydia by Jarvis. Now, I was able to uncover the hearing where the prosecutors talked about this, amongst other victims that he had. Now, yes, I'm still working on the video that I told y'all I was working on. So I just wanted to give y'all this in the meantime. I am very, very close to being done. Yeah, so let's continue. Now, in my last video, I talked about how there was a 9-year-old relative of Naziah that testified in court, and I made a video talking about how the father spoke out about it. The father said that he got kicked out of court trying to do something to Jarvis. And I told you guys the testimony of the 9-year-old in that case. Jarvis was dating Shannon, which is Naziah's aunt. Shannon has a twin sister named Marquita. Her child was the one who testified, and her baby daddy is the one that spoke out. Now, in the testimony, she stated that she would go to the shop with Naziah, and she seen this situation happen before her eyes with Naziah being violated and her other cousin. She talks about how they were supposed to go to a store, but he in turn took them to the auto shop. At the auto shop, she witnessed Naziah with her pants down. She stated that he had his clothes off, Naziah had her pants down, and inappropriate things was happening. She also talked about how on another occasion, her other cousin also had an inappropriate violation being done that she also witnessed, where he tried to do something with her as well. I think when we listen to this hearing, the other cousin that the 9-year-old was speaking about becomes apparent. Okay? And I'll talk to you guys after I play that and share with you guys the other victims that he's also being charged with, along with some more details. Jarvis Butts in court Friday afternoon. He's the man charged in connection with the homicide of Naziah Harris. The 13-year-old girl disappeared on January 19th. In addition to allegedly sexually assaulting Harris and impregnating her, investigators say he also sexually molested his own daughter. The alleged molestation began when she was under the age of 10. They further allege he sexually assaulted another girl who was under the age of 5 at the time. She was 4 years old at the time, and she was the daughter of one of Mr. Buck's girlfriends at the time, and we believe her to have contracted chlamydia. All right, so you heard that.
That's a damn shame. 4 years old, contracted chlamydia. Whoo. Well, he ain't never getting out. He gonna die in prison.
They said that he was charged or, accused of violating his own daughter. We heard testimony in the preliminary hearing of the 9-year-old who the father of the twin of Shannon stated that it was his daughter. And we know the situation with Naziah. Now, we also know that the judge specifically said that he would specifically ask for Naziah and Janiah, which is Janiah being him and Shannon's daughter. Now, when he was interrogated by the police, He said that he would never pick up one without the other.
Exactly. He a grown ass man. Exactly. But we're not gonna let that play too long. Lord have mercy. This is just the recap part. I won't delete that video. This is her family speaking out.
Because you won't tell me live saying that I didn't come down here for Desire and you've been doing stuff since September and all this.
This is her family.
My mother said what you told her. You went to her. You did. She did not come to you. You went to her. And you saying that you went to her for advice, and you know that that's a lie. You did not go to her for advice. You went to her because you knew that she was going to put it on blast. That's why you went to her. You trying to play devil's advocate.
They were in the house.
You was throwing shots.
They was sneaking in the basement while a grown folks was in the house. He was the, or he would tell them, "I'm gonna take them to the store and then stop by the shop where he worked, and then he would have sex with the children."
And me. She couldn't even answer the question. I'm done with you. I'm done with.
Okay, I'm not gonna play that. I don't like that video, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna delete that. Gonna delete that. This is the judge before. This is what happened. This is the preliminary before the real sentencing. He had her brainwashed. She thought she was in love with this grown man. She really did, and them text messages were awful. He thought that they were deleted, that they would, if you put anything in the text messages on the internet, it's nothing for them to bring all of them up. They read those text messages for 2 hours. They were awful. She thought that was her boyfriend, I suppose. It was awful.
This is a circumstantial case, and circumstantial evidence is sufficient for a find over and even conviction. Today, January 9th, 2025, exactly 1 year, from the day Keziah Harris disappeared. Before I get into the charges, and the main charge of premeditated first-degree murder, I have to speak on Keziah Harris and the community. And I only presented first evidence. I don't know the whole story. The attorneys know more than me. The family knows more than me. From what I have heard over the last 4 days and 5 days total, is that several people failed her. I don't know where her mother is. I don't know anything other than that she was forced to live in a home where she was not protected or given the adequate attention and love. I don't know where her father is. I don't have any mention of them in her life. No presence. Two, Cordell, aka King, and all the men who saw Jarvis butts hanging out and always around these young girls, including the side. And his 9-year-old daughter going into the shop to clean up the shop. The school counselor who never showed up, or the person who was supposed to show up, if that counselor was absent. After Keziah was on the floor on the day she went missing, saying that she needed to speak to someone and speak to a counselor.
Wow.
Yes. But I wonder what their involvement was over the years, because this was not just a 1 year thing. Harris, whose testimony, in my opinion, was very questionable. I understand why the people put her on the stand to establish Nazaya's residence in the house of Bedford and the regular routine to establish also that Nazaya was not a runaway child, that she was not a bad kid. I do believe she adopted Nazaya. I do believe that she had 6 kids in the house. I believe that Nazaya had on a dark hoodie the day she went missing, and that she had on red and black Nikes that day. What's hard to believe is that the defendant never came to the house as she testified. And there was also minor that testified.
Yes, Noah.
That he did as well. Text messages that show between him and Nazaya that he did. In the basement, that he was going to the shower, stealing her pants. He was always lurking around that house and asking for Janaya and Zanaya from one eye. I even thought about the breakfast routine. Saying that all the kids like eating breakfast at school. Did they have a choice? I don't know. But to always send those girls up there to clean up the shop raises questions. How were there 2 women in the house who had birthed the children themselves who did not notice that the child was pregnant?
Right. How you didn't know the girl was pregnant?
But then after your text messages today, begging Jarvis for pads as if she didn't have anyone else to give her. And what stood out the most was when Annette Harris stood on the stand. She learned around 6 p.m. that Nazaya did not come home. Emotion or expression of being devastated.
Hold on, y'all.
And to
Yeah, hello? Because I was live. Longs. Longs. Bye-bye. Sorry about that. I had to catch that call. Now, where were we? Okay, here we go. Damn.
her Shannon, who also showed no emotion, expression of being devastated from Nazaya going missing. She stated that she had friends out to look for Nazaya, but was directed to just wait until the morning to call the police. A grown woman would likely suspect of a strange woman or a kid feel need to call the police. They were both able to go.
Okay, Noah, thank you. I hope you subscribe.
Without hearing from Nazaya or having any indication that she was coming home that night. And of course, the defendant, who I'll get to in a minute. I don't know who else felt Nazaya, but the defendant did. As far as the people establishing probable cause, I will focus on count 1 as it's been stated that there is no intention of counts 2 and 3. In count 3, I will amend based on the devotion of the testimony I heard in the night was 12 and 9.
Thank you, love.
The Jarvis had sexual intercourse. Okay. The prosecution is correct. You do not have to have a body to establish first degree premeditated murder. It would have been a much shorter exam had her body been found, but this is where we are. In the last 365 days, no text messages. We've all heard today and yesterday that she was very active and frequently texting. No social media for you. We heard from testimony that she was also active on social media. No phone calls, which she was also able to do according to testimony. No physical sign of her by anyone. She never came back to school. No one has seen her. Medical records dated from July 2014 to October 2015.
I'm going to scroll past this a little bit. I'll get to
shoes that her brother described as the same shoes that were found also in areas of the word. While this is still probable cause, the evidence all points to Jarvis Butts. His location, him being seen with her last, the abortion searches, the abrupt silence between the two of them in text messages, and the constant lies he told throughout her today, and over the last 4 or 5 days, it appears he intended to perform what he thought was a do-it-yourself abortion on Desire and myself, instead of
Hey Santos, how you?
kill her and try his best to cover it up. As much as I want her to be alive today, there is at least probable cause to show and believe that she is saying she was murdered by Jarvis. Mr. Hunt, stand up. You've been sitting in there for 4 days with your head down, getting between and behind your attorney, with your mask on, and taking bigger stuff. I want you to pay attention and listen to everything I have to say. I've been trying to figure out for the last 5 days. At one point, I thought you were cognitively impaired, and then maybe you had the brain of a 10-year-old, and that's why you were doing such things. But as I heard more and more testimony, you're just a true definition of a pedophile.
Yep.
Watching you laugh and brag about all the women you have with different women and the children and the girlfriends, and making babies to groom them, and having them in your presence, cleaning up your shop. You got little girls around you.
Yep.
And letting you hear that.
Yep.
You groom the guy. You play mind games with her. We all heard that. You control her emotionally. She was exposed to so much at such a young age.
Yes.
The text messages between you were disgusting to hear.
They was. They were awful.
She didn't deserve life from her parents and everyone who was in her life. She was ignored. She was neglected. And you took complete advantage of that.
Yep.
She wanted someone to love her, and she would never know that feeling. You surely deserve more.
Yep.
As much as the defense counsel has raised.
Well, he got sense. I knew he was gonna get life. These are some of the text messages that were given, and I'm not gonna let me delete that. I need to get rid of this. I'm gonna delete that. We're gonna listen to some of these. They were terrible. Hold on, let me get to this. I don't know if you can hear this. You're not gonna be able to hear this. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. You're not gonna be, because I can barely hear it.
Today, after 2 long years, Naziah Harris's family that actually care about her are receiving the answer to what happened to her. Today, February 12, 2026, Jarvis Butts entered a guilty plea in connection to the unaliving of Naziah Harris and several other cases having to do with sexual conduct with children. Jarvis pled guilty to second-degree murder. He also pleaded guilty to second-degree criminal conduct, including sexual conduct with someone under the age of 13, which holds a weight sentence of 10 to 15 years. He has several of those charges, and then he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, like I said, which holds a sentence up to 35 to 60 years in prison. He went on to tell the courts that he discarded Naziah's body by dumping it in the Detroit River, which doesn't really give her family any closure because they don't know exactly where she is, but she is receiving justice. I hope this gives the family who actually loved and cared for Naziah some type of closure. Praying for everyone involved. That man deserves to be up under the prison, and I hope that they do to him exactly what he deserves when he is in there.
He already had did 10 years for doing his own daughter. Now, Jarvis Butt's brother said Shannon is guilty of this as well.
I'm willing to help y'all. I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, I'm willing to help y'all, bro. Like if I could just hug y'all right now, Roxy and a mama, like if I could just hug y'all right now, I would, bro. She on here right now too. I would, bro. Like on some real shit, bro. I would. I appreciate you coming over and answering your questions. Respectfully, too. He was already convicted and served time for being a sex offender. Like I say, when I heard shit, I went to look the shit up myself. And which one of y'all is? I don't know which one of y'all is Roxy, and I don't know which one is the mama. I'm sorry, I don't know. Cause it's YouTube, it's not showing y'all. Is Kid a mama or is it's somebody out here, bro? So how do you feel about Shannon? Her mama, I think it's her mama. She said, "How do you feel about Shannon?" This is Roxy mama. Fergie in? Yeah. She said, "How do you feel about Shannon?" That's what Roxy mama said. So deep down, like, I don't care for her either. Like, she should be where the fuck he at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really feel like in some type of way, she knew what was going on.
Yes, she did.
You know what I'm saying?
She did.
But she is the mom. Okay, I'm sorry. No disrespect. I just didn't know. Okay. Yes, she said, yeah, she asked how you feel about Shannon. Yeah, so that's how she need to be with. If not under the fucking ground, bro. It's nice to meet you too. And it's like this shit. Man, y'all sound this is brother. Like it's not crazy, stupid, bro. That's what I'm saying. Real brother. Simple minded, bro.
Now that's Jarvis Butt's brother.
He said he don't want to talk to him. Bro, what?
He said Shannon should be with. She knew that he was going on. She knew that he was a pedo. He had told her that he had did 10 years. That's with his own kids and still let him around children. The fuck? And I don't have on a shower cap, Vince. Fuck you. And Gigi, I don't have to go to sleep. Let me okay, let me see if I can bring this up.
Well, as many of you may know, I have absolutely zero tolerance when it comes to someone who is committed.
This is Classic Beats. I like him.
90% objective when it comes to this channel. When someone's accused or there's evidence of someone committing a crime against a child, I usually go off the rails and I want to throw that person into the jail. Well, when it comes to this situation with Naziah Harris and Jarvis Butts, that is no different. And we're finally looking like we may receive somewhat of a justice for Naziah Harris and her family because Jarvis Butts, the man who is accused and who is pleading guilty to the murder of Naziah Harris. If you're not familiar with the story, I've covered it at length on this channel. I'll leave some links to the original video and the original covered everything in the pre-trial. And the situation is so sad.
It is sad. He finally pleaded guilty, so I want to get out of that. This is Dynamic Reason. I love him.
Even with a confession in hand from Jarvis Butts, Naziah Harris's family tells me they are not done fighting. They are now calling for a deeper investigation into those who they believe paved the way for this tragedy.
Knowing something, feeling something, and then having something confirmed, it's a different type of pain.
At a minimum, Jarvis Butts must serve 35 years in prison after pleading guilty to the murder of 13-year-old Naziah Harris. Investigators believe he killed her to cover his tracks after impregnating her. As part of a plea deal, Butts also pleaded guilty to 5 other cases of rape and molestation.
He will serve that 60 years if we had anything to do with it. He would die in prison.
Naziah's aunt says she wanted to see a life sentence, but believes getting him off the streets is a win for his other young victims currently grappling with trauma. However, the family's focus is now shifting toward accountability for those who failed to protect the 13-year-old.
Jarvis was not the only person at fault. She would have never been able to be
Facts.
Are endangered.
Facts.
The signs were there, the warnings were there, the complaints were there. CPS has the complaints. Detroit Police Department has the complaints.
CPS has acknowledged that prior complaints were submitted. Detroit Police also admitted to 7 News Detroit that the department failed to investigate a 2022 claim that Butts had touched Neziah inappropriately.
The people who were responsible for Neziah lied. They need to be held responsible just as much as Jarvis is for being held.
Facts.
We have other children who may possibly go back into the hands of these people.
While Butts has confessed, Neziah's body has still not been recovered. We spoke with legal expert Todd Perkins about the details of the plea deal.
My understanding is that in order to be able to take advantage of this plea, that information had to already have been provided.
Perkins offered a word of encouragement to the family as they continue to push for systemic changes.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Don't stop. I think about those mothers who have lost kids and have, no one's done anything about it, but they just don't.
They haven't found the body yet.
They don't stop, and something breaks.
He should have got life. Absolutely. But 35 years at 40, he's 43, he gonna die in there. Okay, I'm gonna delete that. Okay, I'm gonna delete that.
One butter. I seen it on TikTok, so I'm about to see how it tastes.
Now this is Neziah Harris and Jarvis Butts TikTok video.
Sometimes, videos just pop up. So in this video, does it appear to be Jarvis Butts? Now the song that she is dancing to is Cardi B WAP, and it became a TikTok trend. So at the point that Neziah is dancing to the video, people are saying, well, that's disturbing because of the song lyrics. But tell me, do you guys believe this is Jarvis Butts in the video? I'm going to play this part of Jarvis Butts' interrogation, and I have enhanced it, so you should be able to hear it. At this point, investigators have already talked to Jarvis Butts about Neziah Harris. Now, keep in mind that Neziah Harris went missing on January the 9th, 2024. This is the same date that Jarvis Butts was due to turn himself in on an unrelated weapons charge.
Okay, we're not gonna get off into that. I want to get to the impact statements. Okay, let me get back. Okay, here go the impact statements. Let me see. Shit. His own daughter testified against him. And I'm gonna go straight to the impact.
The first change is movie 6, which is currently scored at 50. That must be
This is the grandmother. This is the grandmother.
To the honorable judge.
And this is the first time she crying, but she crying about herself.
To speak this stand here before you.
It should not. It's called guilt. That's what it's called, bitch. Guilt. I'll be right back.
I love her. I bless her too. I can't tell her that because her life was. I can't tell her that because her life was taken from her. Words cannot express just how much me and my family really miss and love desire. This has impacted my life and my family's life. There are days when I can't, when I don't want to get out of bed and wake up feeling depressed. I don't want to talk to anybody, just get out of bed. To do the basic everyday things that I miss,
I'll be right back. Kanye, that food is good.
I don't want to get out of bed. I wake up feeling depressed. I don't want to talk to anyone. Just getting out of bed. To do the basic everyday things that I need to get done. This has affected my health. I am seeing more. I'm not let my mother include. I don't feel safe in my home. My address and my phone number has been put on social media. People have been driving by, taking pictures of my home. I have been threatened. My family have been threatened. They're just taking of me and my family following me in my car. They're just posting. Setting up GoFundMe raises in the Zion's name without my permission. This has also affected me financially.
No, Psalm 38. This one, I mean, this is, and it was the Psalm of David asking God to remember him. Bro, this was like one of the most touching stories ever. And it relates to me so much. You know they
And
sent us bus today?
and she crying about herself. She didn't talk about Naziah that much, talking about what she been through. See how the family screamed her, shut the fuck up? It was an altercation while she was reading this in the courtroom. This is Naziah's grandmother. So there was an altercation because the family member said, shut the fuck up, and they were put out the courtroom. That's what's happening now. I'm gonna scroll. You kept letting the girl go over there, your grandchild go over there, stay with Shannon, your daughter, with a pedophile.
We want to see, yeah, turn the camera.
So we're gonna go to the other victim because his own daughter, who he went to prison before, gave an STD at 4. She spoke.
So she's having the prosecutor finish her statement. It was too difficult for her.
So I'm gonna go past this. Hold on, let me go past. This next one is the cousin who kept calling CPS and the police about what was going on. This is who is speaking now.
That's a self-serving statement. That's how it is. Oh my goodness, who's that?
You can have a seat or you can stand, however you're most comfortable. Again, that red illuminating device, the microphone, the recording device, just try to direct the voice into that. And keep the state spell your name.
My name is Marquita Harris, M-A-R-K-E-T-A, last name, Harris, H-A-R-I-S.
Yeah, you also know the statement.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind just providing a copy to the prosecutor's office for the court file. Everybody.
It has been 2 years, 2 months, 3 days. Since you haven't seen or even physically touched me at all. This has tremendously affected my family and I, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Since the case started, we have been physically assaulted in public, violated, harassed, stalked, and so much more. I became homeless, lost several jobs.
See, is this guilt? What about Nazar? She lost her life to a pedophile.
And we'll never get back. Every morning, every day, every night, and every hour. I have to remind myself that I'm still alive and it took it back. She went home and never do the same again.
Exactly, Cheetah.
You're still able to live. You're still able to get health care. You're still able to breathe without anything else. You are an institutional serial predator. You had taken my kid's favorite cousin. You had taken my first daughter before I had my own. I hate you. I was nothing but the worst for you. I despise you. My children were removed from my care temporarily because of you. My children's behavior has changed because of you. You have gave the world a whole story to talk about, but today we're here to tell you how this made you feel. Sisters will never be served. Going back to the house where we died and lived doesn't feel the same anymore. I don't sleep at all anymore. I recommend
she get back from Michigan. But we had a lot going on. We'll never know her last words. We'll never know if she suffered in pain. I can't really say or express how I really feel to this whole tragic situation. Since January 9th, 2024, the day I'll never forget, the day I lost my I never been little myself. I never been able to hear her voice. I never been able to physically touch her. I never been able to see her smile. I never been. I never been able to hold her. I never been able to listen to her, see her smile. I never get to see her tell me stories with her day when I was out of school. I'll never get to have that chance. Ever again.
Now, next up is his sister. Let me get to that.
7, but I don't even.
Okay, this is his sister.
Where you can stand however you're most comfortable. Again, that red illuminating device, microphone, and those voice devices try to collect the voice.
Excuse me.
My name is Marquita Harris. Okay.
Come right around here, man.
Okay, this is his sister.
So you can see where you can stand however you're most comfortable. States of the
Tell one of us, first name T-I-J, U-A, N-A, last name B-U-T-T-H.
you have a prepared statement.
I do not.
Whenever you're ready.
I don't have a prepared statement because I had no plans to come here today. I've been battling with myself on what's the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do. I'm here today for desire and for my nieces and young people and my brother. Out of this moment, the intention of doing the work. Last 2 years, I have to go back. Said that that's love, little girl. I did not know. I had never seen. And I wish that it was a sign she was okay. And I believe that I had no reason not to believe what my brother said. That day will forever complete. As I go back to life, why did I know? Why was I wrong? However, I'm a firm believer that sometimes we don't really places that we don't want to be. We don't know why. And I feel like I was put there that day to be a voice for God and for every other child that my brother
Every other child my brother has harmed. That's right. Mm. Mm, mm.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because she's saying the girl.
I don't like. I pulled the wrong one. Let me get back to. Mm. Let me see if I can get. Hold on.
In this very sad and tragic case with Nazaire.
Okay, let me get to the. Okay, this is better.
Besides,
Dang, that's all he got. So let me delete that one. I need to get to the. I want to show where the daughter. Let me see. Is this it? Mm. Hey. Okay, that's not it. Damn, I'm looking for. I want to see the. Damn, I want you to hear his daughter testimony. I thought I had that. Let me see. No, we don't want that one. Mm-mm. Nope, not this one either. Damn. I'm gonna have to pull it up. Shit. Because you got to hear, I wanted you to hear when his daughter testified. Anyway, her impact statement. When he went to prison the first time for 10 years, he gave her an STD at 4. And she got up there. Her impact statement was, everything you did to me, it changed me, and it even changed my sexuality. That broke me down. That broke me down. I was like, wow. I thought I had it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I got it. Hold on. Let me bring it. I got it. Here it is.
TTH.
And that's her as a little girl.
You were one someone I cried at until you did what you did. You took someone I really loved. Someone I call a sister, my favorite cousin, my best friend, my everything. You changed the way I dress, the way I think. You even changed my sexuality. And very hurtful things. I lived in the struggle you caused me. I no longer look at you as a father figure, no longer as a hero. But now I look at you as a monster. You caused me trauma and made me look at me different.
That broke my heart. That broke me down. That broke me down. Even changed my sexuality. Well, this is the end when the
Well, again, Mr. Butts is here today to sentence for 6 different cases today. Mr. Butts entered guilty pleas on all 6 of his cases, and sentence agreements negotiated on each one of the 6 counts. Of course, it goes without saying that the offenses that Mr. Butts is here to sentence on are the most serious nature. Mr. Butts has a criminal history dating back to 1997. He spent time in Michigan Department of Corrections previously for a criminal sexual conduct conviction following a plea he entered in 2005. It's noteworthy that he was paroled sometime in 2012 and almost immediately returned to his criminal behaviors upon his parole. Mr. Butts, I hope that you truly listened to all of the people who spoke here in open court and the impact that your inexcusable and horrendous behaviors had on the lives of so many people. Mr. Butts, you're going to have many years to sit on the horrible actions. And it's often noted that justice is blind, but eventually, Mr. Butts, justice sees everything. As noted by both sides, these 6 cases are very complex with a lot of moving parts. And I know that the prosecutor's office and the defense team spent a lot of hours working on resolutions to these 6 matters. And I wanted to thank them for their efforts. I'm also hopeful that although the court could never make the victims of any of these crimes truly whole again, I'm hopeful that the lengthy prison sentence being imposed today is going to bring about some needed closure for all of the victims and their families so that they can begin the process. So I'll go case by case, Mr. Butts. We're going to start with file 25000-21801 FH. Mr. Butts, 30 offense of homicide, murder, and second degree of Jarvis, workman sentence consistent with the sentence agreement, 35 to 60 years in Michigan Department of Corrections. Do not have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Annette Harris or any family members of Messiah Harris, either directly for yourself or through any other third party that includes all forms of social as well. Do not be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. I have to assess $130 for my victim's assessment on that file, and I have to assess $68 state costs on that file as well. The term and condition of that sentence agreement, and also to to make a truthful statement regarding the location of the body of Ms. Harris. With regard to court costs and attorney's fees, we'll address that at the end. Included all of the files. Moving next into file 240022360 page. Mr. Fox, for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, person under 13, having 17 or older. The court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Or when you're required a sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment when you're referred by your agent, or you're going to be required to register for the Michigan Sex Offender Registration Act and comply with all requirements of that act. You must provide a complete copy of Michigan Sex Offender Registration form to the field agent on your first in-person report following vacating your residence, any address change, address verification, or change in your status within an institution of higher education. At each address change or verification period, you must present your Michigan driver's license or operator's license or personal identification card to the field agent as your first in-person contact. On that file, you have to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Michaela, M-I-K-A-Y-L-A Jackson, or any of her family members, either directly or through any other third party, again, including all forms of social media, not to be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. Again, required to assess $130 to find the rights assessment and $68 state cost. It's also required lifetime electronic monitoring pursuant to MCL 750520. And again, I'll address court costs and returns to this. Moving on to file number 24006232001C. Mr. Fox, for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older, will sentence you to 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections, and when you start a sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment referred by the field agent, when you require to register, the Michigan Sex Offender Registration Act, comply with all the requirements of the act, provide a copy of the Michigan Sex Offender Registration form to the field agent and your in-person report following vacating residence, any address change, address verification, or change in your status within an institution of higher education. Jarvis change verification period must present your driver's license or state identification card to the agent of the person contact. And you're not giving any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact that Paris Bryant or her family members, either directly to yourself or through a third party, not to be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. Again, assessing $130 of the crime victim's assessment and $68 for the state costs. Again, this is going to have to comply with lifetime electronic monitoring for safety.
Lifetime. Well, he's gonna die in there. He's dying in prison.
Moving to file 25000241001H. Again, for the offense of criminal sexual conduct, second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older. Court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement to 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, the sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment referred by an agent. Again, required to register for the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act, comply with all requirements of the act which has been stated here previously in the record. You're not having any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with AHLCHE, Dinwiddie, DIN, directly for yourself, if you want to get a third party, not to be at 500 feet, resident school or place of employment. Again, assessing $130 for the private assessment, $60 for the state costs. Again, mandatory lifetime electronic monitoring, service 750522010. Moving to file 250044780 FH for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the third degree, person 13 through 15. The court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement for 10 to 15 years in Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, you comply with sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment referred by the field agent, and you'll be required to register the Michigan Sex Offender Registration Act, previously. You're not having any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Jalen, J-A-Y-E-L-Y, and words from spelling or her family directly or through any.
Wow.
Again, you're not having 500 feet for crime victims assessment, and $68 for state costs. Additionally, you're submit to HIV testing and complete counseling associated with HIV/AIDS, and with confidentiality on how test results and medical information obtained from that test will be released to the court. And lastly, with regard to file 250064610C, when it comes to criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older, again, consistent with the sentence agreement, court will sentence you to 10 to 15 years in Michigan Department of Corrections. Again, your complete sexual abuse prevention program or the treatment referred by your agent. Again, you're going to be required to register with the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act, apply all requirements of the act, which is stated previously in the record. You are not having verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Janaya, J-A-N-N-I-Y-A-H, but for her family and directly to a third party, not even 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. Crime victims assessment, we're going to set $130 and state costs the amount of $68. Again, lifetime electronic monitoring pursuant to MCL 750-520. So the defense has requested waiver of fees for court costs, attorney's fees, to the people in position. No position limited or restraint. Considering the lengthy prison sentence that the court is going to impose, the possibility of restitution being an issue, those are court costs and attorney's fees considering the cost of spending proceed with future Michigan Department of Corrections. All right. Jail credit. Let's talk about jail credit. All right. Jail credit on file 24223601. Mr. Butler received jail credit for 707 days. Jail credit on docket 246232201 will receive jail credit of 531 days. Docket number 2502101 will receive jail credit of 531 days. Docket 250024101 will receive jail credit of 531 days. Docket 25447 will receive jail credit of 255 days. And lastly, docket 2564611 will receive jail credit of 167 days to its respective Michigan Department of Corrections sentences, noting the terms and conditions that this contained under all of those sentences are to run currently. All right. Attorneys, before I get to appellate rights, thank you, Judge. Just for the record, on violating 218, second degree murder conviction, I don't have this on the record, but all terms that plea agreement has its outcome. It's all right. And Mr. Makepeace, were there counts being dismissed? Oh. Yes. This APA Ripley is very good. Ms. Ripley, if you could just kindly articulate, you can just do the last four respective file number with regard to the counts that are being dismissed consistently.
Yes, Judge. Under case 2236, people are dismissing counts 2, 3, and 4 and withdrawing the habitual offender for defense notice. Under case 6232, people are agreeing to dismiss counts 1 and 3 and withdrawing the notice to enhance habitual offender for defense notice. On case ending in 0218, people are going to dismiss counts 2, 3, and 4, and the notice to enhance habitual offender notice. As to docket number 0241, people are moving to dismiss counts 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and withdrawing the notice to enhance habitual for defense notice. And docket number 4478, people are moving to dismiss count 2 and withdrawing notice to enhance sentence habitual offender for defense notice. And finally, in docket number 6461, people are moving to dismiss counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And hold on, that was not right, Judge.
File are you looking at, Ms. Ripley?
6461. and 6. He pled to count 3 and withdraw the habitual offender for defense notice. Yes, Judge.
The defense, that was no objection. Right, those counts and will be dismissed and or withdrawn consistent with the agreements. Mr. Butts, you do have some appellate rights in counsel. Has he been afforded an appellate rights counsel?
Yes.
And if he gives you an appellate rights counsel with each one of his files?
Yes.
Great. All right, for purposes of the record, Mr. Butts, because you entered pleas with regard to those 6 cases, you have 42 days to file an application requesting the appeal your various convictions and sentences if you wanted to do that. Mr. Butts, if you wanted an attorney to assist you with those applications and you could not afford an attorney, you have to request an attorney for 42 days or an appoint to an attorney, provided the portions of the record assist you with those applications. Mr. Butts, you will go with the sheriffs here today. They will make sure you make your way back to Wayne County Jail and ultimately you'll find your way to the appropriate issue of problem facility. That being noted, attorneys, is there anything additional for this record? Not for legal. All right, we're all going to exit this courtroom in an orderly fashion. We're going to listen to the sheriff from Brown. They're going to
Like, share, subscribe. 35 to 60 years. He gonna die in prison as he deserves. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment.